What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Nano Dimension, ticker symbol NNDM, and how it is very possible that Yoav Stern, the CEO and the chair of the board of Nano Dimension, is going to be announcing the company's first acquisition later this week. So we're going to be going over all of the possible reasons why they are going to be announcing their first acquisition and some of the reasons why we might have to wait a little bit longer for the acquisition announcements. Now, we also have a new addition to the management team, so we are going to go over that as well in this video. So we have a lot to cover in Nano Dimension, and I know a lot of you guys are still very discouraged about the performance of this stock over the last couple of weeks. Now, you have to keep in mind that this is a long-term investment, and the company is in such an early stage of its development and getting its products out into the market, and they're kind of creating their own market for these 3D printed electronics. If we see the adoption of these types of technologies in the future, this business model in Nano Dimension is going to go absolutely crazy. But you do have to ask yourself a couple of questions, and one of those questions is going to be, how soon do I expect to need the money that I am putting into stocks like this? If you think that you're not going to need any of this money for 5 to 10 years, then I don't think you have anything to worry about for putting any money into Nano Dimension or any of these other hyper growth stocks. But if you do not plan on holding these stocks for an extended period of time and buying the dips with conviction, then I think that these stocks may not be for you. The overall market conditions right now are not setting up like they were back in April, May, June of last year, where we saw everything go absolutely crazy. You could have bought any stock and made 20, 30, 40, 50% in a very short time period. That's not really what is happening now. So you do have to create a slightly different plan. Now, the stock is trading at $7.82 with a high in the $17 range. So we do still have a lot of upside potential for Nano Dimension. So before we get into all of the other information, if you guys would like to earn 2 free stocks with Webull, valued up to $1,850, make sure you guys check out that link down below in my description. All you have to do is sign up for an account, deposit over $100, and you get to receive those 2 free stocks. Now, this is also a great way for you guys to help out and support the channel if you guys would like to, because when you get 2 free stocks, I get a free stock as well. And if you guys enjoy the information and analysis that I provide for you in these videos, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps me out in getting this information out to as many people as possible. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So Nano Dimension has added 2 individuals to its management team over this last week, and in my opinion, these are very smart additions. You need to think about what Nano Dimension's goals are in the future and what its weaknesses are as a company. So right now, they're having trouble finding a distribution chain, and they do want to actually figure out a way to get better technology into the Dragonfly system and to create a better version and the next generation platform for the Dragonfly. So when we come over here, the first individual who was added is going to be Zivi Nadivi, and he is the president now of Nano Dimension. Now, what's very important about this individual is that while CEO of Kelstorm, he grew the company from $8 million to $330 million over a 5-year period, including 9 acquisitions. He is very experienced in the merger and acquisition space. So this is going to be a great addition for what Nano Dimension's goals are going to be in the near future. So we covered the majority of this article and what this individual is going to bring to the table in my last Nano Dimension video, so we're not going to cover all of this in this video, but the next person that we saw appointed as the Chief Product Officer of Nano Dimension is going to be Hanan Ginos, and he is going to be the head of strategic M&A. So the 2 additions to Nano Dimension's management team over the past week, their sole purpose, it seems like, is to help out with mergers and acquisitions, and that is what everybody is waiting for Nano Dimension right now. We are expecting to see 2 to 3 acquisitions on 2 company types. So the 2 company types are going to be, 1, they're going to be buying some sort of distribution chain to massively increase the amount of Dragonfly LDM systems that they are able to sell worldwide. At the current time, they've only sold about 60 of these systems, and the last sale that we were notified of came back at the end of December. So it's been a very slow year for Nano Dimension, and the main reason for that, as we'll talk about later, is the effects of the pandemic dynamic on their business. When we look further in this article, for over 30 years, Mr. Gino has been a senior executive leading international technology corporations. As the president of Verint Systems Global Security Intelligence business, he was responsible for 1,200 employees, which grew SI's revenue from $200 million to $400 million annually. That is a great sign. He knows exactly what he is doing with these technology companies, and he was able to double their revenue. As CEO of Verint Systems, he was also responsible for acquisition and integration of multiple companies. Again, that is going to be some amazing skills that he is able to bring to Nano Dimension. So prior to joining Verint, he spent 23 years at Orbotech, a global technology company whose products are used in consumer and industrial electronics and adjacent industries. From 2006 to 2010, Mr. Gino was president of the PCB division, the flagship of Orbotech, growing the revenue to $250 million annually. So this individual has probably the most experience out of anybody at Nano Dimension at the current time in the printed circuit board market and finding new companies that can help grow the printed circuit board business. So this is going to be a massive addition to Nano Dimension, and he is going to be able to massively help Nano Dimension grow their business through acquisitions. And when we come down a little bit further, we can get kind of an overview of his career, diverse experience in different industries, PCB inspection and imaging systems and solutions, data analytics, cyber intelligence, and robotics. Overall responsibility for sales, customer service, marketing, product development, R&D, manufacturing, and the key one for me is M&A. 15 years of experience as an executive and officer in the management teams of $560 million to $1.1 billion companies. Extensive experience in integrating acquired companies within different geographies and corporate cultures. Sorry about that. And successfully launched 30 new and innovating products in multiple market segments. And he actually made a comment about this, so I am excited to join Nano Dimension. Nano's technology has the power to revolutionize the global electronics industry while addressing multi-billion-dollar markets in industries I know well, including communications, aerospace, aviation, medical, automotive, and defense. So the two keys right now are going to be aerospace and automotive with the global semiconductor shortage. Our growth strategy will include in-house development of new products and acquisitions of complementary technological companies. So this individual, it seems he's going to be working on more of the type B acquisitions, acquiring companies that are going to help Nano Dimension better its own technology. Factors that contributed to my decision to join the company are Nano's visionary leadership, highly skilled management team, and of course the incredible technology. I expect this to be the pinnacle of my career. That says a lot from somebody who has already had a very successful career, especially in this market. And our CEO has a comment as well. Mr. Gino brings 30 years of global experience that covers many of the industries we are targeting. During his stellar career, he has been the primary mover in driving product innovation and acquisition strategies while substantially increasing revenue and return on investment at multiple technology companies. This has been something that Yoav Stern has been talking about over the past couple of months when he's been talking about these acquisitions. He's brought up the point of SPACs and how some of these companies right now are massively overvalued, and Yoav Stern does not want to overpay. So that is one of the reasons why we are seeing these acquisitions take so long. And in my opinion, this is a good thing. They are not going to overspend on a company and make their margin on the return on their investment so small that it's not really going to benefit them as a company. They're going to be looking for essentially the perfect match for exactly what they want to do in their business and in the future. Now let's get into the possibility of Nano Dimension announcing an acquisition this upcoming week. So when we come over to this Reddit post, this Reddit poster posted a notification from eToro, which was a little bit interesting because from my experience, eToro is a cryptocurrency exchange. I didn't really understand that they also offered stock investing. So we can see right here, we are pleased to invite you to a live webinar with Yoav Stern, chairman and CEO of 3D printing company Nano Dimension. Mr. Stern is a seasoned executive with a proven track record spanning decades in operating roles as CEO and chairman, as well as an active hand-on investor in high-tech company specializing in machine vision, fiber optics, defense tech, communication solutions, aerospace, and homeland security. Mr. Stern spent most of his operating career in the United States running both public and private companies with global operations. So here is why this meeting in this webinar is going to be so important. Yoav Stern and Nano Dimension are coming off two very important and strategic hires that are going to help them in their mergers and acquisition goals. Now, since they just hired these individuals, that could mean that Yoav Stern is just going to come out and talk about maybe the timeline on how they are going to be actually deploying their capital, but at the same time, they have been working on these acquisitions for months. So I do think there is a possibility for Nano Dimension to actually come out and announce their first of possibly 3 acquisitions. Now, here is why I think now is the best time for Nano Dimension to do this. Coming back over to their investor presentation, which I bring up a lot, we can see that the working assumption that when the pandemic is going to affect their business model until is going to be Q3 2021. Now, if they announce this acquisition now, it's going to take some time to integrate these two businesses and figure out how to figure out and integrate them together in order to generate the best return for Nano Dimension. Now, I am hoping that the first acquisition that Nano Dimension is going to be engaging in is going to be a Type A. And if you guys remember from earlier in this video, a Type A company is going to be the one that they are going to be buying a distribution chain, because I've said before, if Nano Dimension has the best product, they keep coming out with new models and there's nothing else like it on the market, it does not matter if they cannot make sales. So the timing of this actual webinar and the announcement does make sense to me at the current time in the year where they would want to announce this acquisition, but I don't think that it would come from an eToro webinar. I think Yoav Stern would want to come on a larger media outlet. We've seen him on the Red Chip Money Report before, and I think that's where he would want to announce this acquisition. But since the new hire is more geared towards acquisitions of companies that can bring new technology, it's always possible that Yoav Stern comes out and says, yep, we are really close to an acquisition, but we are just not there yet. And that would give us some really great hints on when we could see an acquisition. So that is going to conclude this update for Nano Dimension. If you guys enjoyed the information and analysis that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.